Mendel's monohybrid cross with dwarf and tall plants yield second generation of pea plants that have a phenotypic ratio of 3:1 for tall and dwarf plants respectively. But what about the genotypic ratio? Let's find out. Well, tall plants were crossed with dwarf plants. So the F1 generation or the first generation had a genotype capital T, small t. Now two plants from the first generation were crossed with each other. Now you know that reproductive cells have half the number of chromosomes. Now capital T can combine with capital T to form capital T, capital T. Capital T can combine with small t to form capital T, small t. Again, small t can combine with capital T to form capital T, small t. And finally, small t and small t can combine to form small t, small t. So there are three types of genotype. So in the ratio of 1:2:1. So in the second generation, the phenotypic ratio is 3:1 for tall plants and dwarf plants respectively, whereas the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1 for pure tall plants which have both the genes for tallness, hybridized tall plants which have one gene for tallness and one for dwarfness, and finally one pure dwarf plant which has both the genes for dwarfness. Now Mendel's laws stated that between two factors, one dominate over the other, and also the factors can be separated from each other easily. Now Mendel thought, how about crossing two contrasting characters? So he wanted to cross between the seed color and the seed shape. This time he studied two varieties of plants with two contrasting traits, that is seed color and seed shape. So he took two plants with a round and a yellow seed and a wrinkled and a green seed and crossed between them. This cross is known as the dihybrid cross, where di means two. It is known as the dihybrid cross because two characteristics are involved. So he took round and yellow peas and wrinkled and green peas and crossed for reproduction between them. The first generation that was yielded had round and yellow seeds. From here he understood that roundness is dominant over wrinkledness and the yellow color is dominant over the green color. Now just like in monohybrid cross, reproductive cells get halved and then they form the next generation with a mixed genotype. It is heterozygous for tallness. Similarly, the reproductive cells have half the number of chromosomes, capital R, Y, capital Y, and small r, small y. So the first generation of the seeds that were formed had genotype capital R, small r, and capital Y, small y. But the phenotype is that of a round and a yellow seed. This is because yellow is dominant over green and roundness is dominant over wrinkledness. Now, two plants from the first generation were crossed together. Now let us find the various combinations that can be possible in each parent. Well, yes. Capital R can combine with capital Y to form capital R, capital Y. Capital R can combine with small y to form capital R, small y. Small r can combine with capital Y to form the genotype small r, capital Y. And finally, small r can combine with small r, y to form small r, small y. Now let us do the entire cross. Let us find out all the genotypes that are possible for all the offsprings that are formed in the second generation. Now notice the topmost row and the leftmost column represents all the genes that can be obtained from both the parents. Now let us do the crosses. See? This seed, which is round and yellow, has the genotype capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Next, this seed has the genotype capital R, capital Y, small y. Similarly, see, this seed has the genotype capital R, small r, capital Y. This round and yellow seed has the genotype capital R, capital Y, small y. Now similarly, for this seed, the genotype is capital R, capital Y, small y. For this seed, it is capital R, small y, and small y. For the next seed, the genotype is capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. The convention is always to write capital before the lowercase. So this seed has the genotype capital R, small y, and small y. Now similarly, try and do this cross. Well, this seed will have the genotype capital R, capital Y. Next, the genotype of this seed will be capital R, capital Y, small y. This one will have the genotype small r, capital Y. Similarly, this seed gets the genotype small r, capital Y, small y. And finally, the last row, this seed has the genotype capital R, capital Y, small y. This one, capital R, small y, small y. For this one, it has small r, capital Y, and small y. And finally, this seed has the genotype small r, small y. So these are all the possible genotypes that can arise in offsprings of the second generation. Now let us try and find out the phenotypic ratio. See, there are 9 yellow and round seeds. There are 3 green and round seeds. There are 3 wrinkled and yellow seeds, and only 1 green and wrinkled seeds. So the phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1 for yellow round, 3 green round, 3 yellow wrinkled, and 1 green wrinkled. Now see, there are 2 contrasting characters, green yellow and round wrinkled. Now it is not always true that round goes with yellow. We've seen that there can be green and round seeds as well. Similarly, it is not necessary that green has to go with wrinkled. It can be yellow wrinkled seeds as well. So from here, Mendel said that there is independent assortment of genes. And genes can combine with another genes to form these variations.